G'day guys, Bastard here from Bastard Spray, and we're shooting a clip for home tanning. So we've caped our animal and we go through some different instructions for you guys to follow from a tanning kit that we bought from Dennis thanks Dennis, Australia Taxidermy. Actually, he supplied us with that one, and it's very simple to follow. In the background, you can see we've already got another cape that we're doing for something else, and we take it through the steps basically. It's very simple. Once you've got the cape home, or whether you're out in the field, and you can dress it and take off as much meat as possible, bring it back to base, salt it up, whatever may be the case. You may salt it up out there, depending on whether you're out on a hunt or not and you're going to stay for a few days, but recommended that you obviously salt it straight away. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to bring it back to base if you can, and that's where some more work is involved. In our case, sometimes once we've taken off all the meat, we salt them up and then throw them in the freezer until we can deal with it, which happens quite a lot. Basically, we then start the next process, which we'll run through the clip for you. But it's such a simple process. People should do a lot more caping and bring in home, all of the harvest for starters. And it's just fun. There is a bit of work involved in it. So if you've got a taxi life, there is a bit of work involved with it. But if you love it, you love it.
My fault, I keep hearing that. It's in my head, it's in my bed. Every time I lie the lie, then I know that I am right. It ain't my fault in my place. I'm running out of time, I waste. Yeah, we're running out of time. Yeah, baby, I'm alive. Yeah, we're running out of time. The clock's ticking down all the time. Yeah, we're running out of time. Yeah, baby, I'm alive. Yeah, we're running out of time. The clock's ticking down all the time. Children, it'll be alright. You can run it all day and night. In your dreams is where the war reigns. It's where the fight remains. The big bad wolf, he'll play all night. Torment us until we fall. Get the children on your paws. You rinse it.
Okay guys, so this is our part 2, step 2 of our home tanning, which we've purchased off Dennis from Australia Taxidermy. He'll be in one of our next YouTube clips. So here it is. We've gone out, we hate wasting any of the animal whatsoever, so we're using this. This is actually a cape donated to us by a friend of mine. G'day Steve, and thank you. And what we've done is we've cleaned it all up in step 1. In our time-lapse video, washed it down, cleaned it up, taken off all the meat, and we're up to stage 2. We're at the tanning stage now. So, tanning solution into the cold water. That's 25 litres of water, and we'll stir that in, and followed by our salt, which is coming up in a second, and then part A and part B of the tanning solution mixes. So we'll just mix all this in, and that is quite strong. I wouldn't want to sit over that all day. Ooh, here we go. It's bubbling and boiling. It actually is bubbling and boiling, and I'm not kidding. That's fantastic. You can hear it fizzing away. And next step is to put in some iodized salt, 750 grams of that. And we've measured out prior to this. This is some warm water, or hot water I should say, and we've dissolved the small sachet that comes in here, part A, into this. So that's the next step. Tan A chemical, then add this to the mix, to the tanning bath, and stir, which is our next step. So we've dissolved it in some warm water, just poured it into here and shaken it around. Now we've got to mix that up, excuse me for a sec. With our very special stirring stick here. So salts, part A. Next step is in cold water we've added part B, the chemicals to part B, and same thing, pour in and just mix it around. I imagine I should be wearing gloves for this guy. So the next bit, guys, is where we're going to put the skin into the tanning solution. So here's our beautiful fallow deer. And we're going to pop that in. Nice and careful. Instructions mentioning not to pack it in too tight. So your container obviously has to be big enough. A container like this, it's a medium-sized skin would be fine. I guess if you've got like a larger type sandbar, you might want to get a bigger container, whatever it may be. Just a big, one of those big heavy-duty containers. So what we do now is basically we leave this skin in here overnight, and the next process will be we come back tomorrow and we'll discuss that in the next section.
Day by day, I fought this life. Every day, always in strife. Up and down, until the end. Was already 20 when I was 10. And don't trust money until the end. take up for good and not for men. The evil around me is only sin. You and I are the light of our history. In our fall, in the light of our history. In our name, in the light of our history. In our fall, our loving of our history. Took up the challenge until my end to do what's right and not pretend to be friends, just rented men who think of themselves and not their friend. And on that day that judgment comes, I'll hold my head up, my friend. Try to do right upon lost men who never end. You and I are the light of our history. In our fall, in the light of our history. In our name, in the light of our history. In our fall, our loving of our history.
Okay guys, back to the lab. So we're at the next stage after having the cape in the tanning solution for 3 days. We've taken it out and dried it to about 80%, and that's when we do the next process, which we're just going to stretch the cape just to soften it up. That's the process. We're going to stretch the cape to soften it up, followed by mixing the tanning solution, which we'll show you next coming up, and basically smear that on, and the next process begins from there. So let's get into some of this stretching. So we've rolled up the skin and we're going to let that dry overnight. Tomorrow we're going to stretch it out, and you can do that either by stretching it out on the board so it dries evenly, or just even on the table, whatever is your preference. And that's the whole tanning process, basically. So a little bit of work involved, but you know, inexpensive, fun if you're into that kind of thing, and you know, just you get to use everything from the animal basically. So this one here in particular is a cape for a mount, but I've based this video on just a cape for like a floor mount or a wall mount. You know, great looking stuff. We'll throw some clips in of other ones we've done. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and the instructions are easy to follow. They're a little bit more in depth than what I've given, but easy to follow. So knock yourself out and try it. See you later from Bastard. And look out for our next video with Dennis from Australia Taxidermy, who supplied us with the kit. And and we'll go into his workshop, into his domain where he's working on some animals, mounting, and he'll just talk us through some processes there. Enjoy.